Okay, how we doing out there? First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. I'm the creator of a LUMINOUS 4K screen paint using ambient light projection technology gain times 2, 3, and 5. Now, we've been doing these demonstrations side by side showing you the bare silver screen or any screen, like I said, of that caliber is going to fail miserably, and the only way you're going to be able to use that screen is you're going to have to be in the dark. You can't produce images on that screen in a fully lit environment. And the only way they can cut corners to get around to doing it is they have to show bright, vivid pictures or colors, because that is going to be able to deal better with the ambient light than doing deep, dark contrast demonstrations with the lights on, because the screen will fail. Now, as I said before, if you're using or even thinking about using any form of these particular form of cheap screen paints, untested screen paints, non-ambient light projection screen paints, then you run the risk of having a very poor picture quality. Doesn't make a difference. You can calibrate your projector from sun up to sundown. You can have 12,000 contrast. You can have 20,000 contrast. It doesn't make a difference. Now, usually some people will shy away from black technology screens because they say, look, the white levels aren't bright enough. The Superior produces some of the highest white levels for a black projection screen paint. Consider the fact that it can blend into these screens easily. Now, not only that, you don't have to have an expensive high-powered projector. Some people will go out and spend all this money for a high-end projector thinking that it is going to make up for what the screen is not lacking. The screen makes up the majority of what the projector can do. Doesn't make a difference if you buy an expensive, if you buy a cheap one. The screen makes up on how the screen is designed, and the quality of the screen and the performance of the screen will make up what your projector can put out. Alright, so first things first, we're not going to have 4K, we're not going to have 1080p, because when you're using 4K projectors, you get a bump up. It does. It's an advancement up in the picture quality. The screen, I guarantee you, is not doing that. If you were to take that same screen and stick it under a 4K, and then take the same screen and stick it under a 720p or a projector of this caliber, I guarantee you won't get the same picture quality. Now, we're able to do that because our technology, and we've been able to back it up side by side, 720p versus 1080p, 1080p, 720p versus 4K. We've done this already with that, all right? But other screen paints have not been able to back it up. All right, so first things first, let me show you what we have here. Now, I was doing a lot of demonstrations on the bare silver screen, and some people were saying, well, you know what? It's a lighter screen. Can you go to darker gray? So here we are. We have a darker gray screen here. This right here is just basically, and I said they do it cheap, it's a bare silver screen mixed in with a little bit of flat black. That's all it is. Pretty much, you're spending money for everyday house paint. If you're going to go cheap on your screen, if you're going to cheat your projector, you just might as well just go to Home Depot and just buy yourself and go that route. But if you want the best from your projector, you want the best from your investment, then that's why you invest in our technology. Now, there's a black screen right there. That is a LUMINOUS Superior right there. I can use any one of my high-powered projectors over here. We have 3700 lumens. We have 4200 lumens. We have that's 4000 lumens. And keep in mind, I've done these demonstrations on these high-end projectors, high lumen projectors, and still you're going to get the same results. Now, the projector we're going to be doing and using in this demonstration is going to be my NEC NP400. This projector is, let me see, I have my specification sheets for those of you who haven't seen this. This is my specification sheet from Projector Central. It is showing that my projector is 2600 lumens, 500.1 contrast, 1024 by 768, and it is XGA 4.3, and actually mostly all projectors do 16:9, 16:10. Not all, they don't do just 4.3. Alright, and this projector literally is so old it doesn't even have an HDMI on the back of it. I got a converter piece that allows me to be able to convert it over to HDMI. Doesn't change the picture, the res quality at all. Alright, 2008 is when the projector was first shipped. Last ship was 2010. So, I'm going to show you in this demonstration where I'm not going to use a high lumen projector. I'm not going to use 1080p, I'm not going to use 4K, and I will show you where these two cheap screen paints will fail you. Not only that, like I said, even a screen of this shade, and I've seen these shades of gray, and this shade right here, you have that. this is what you're going to get. This is the reason why you have to sit in the dark when it comes to these particular screens or this particular mix. It's because these screens are not true ambient light rejection. They don't have that capability to do that. So this is why you're always seeing those demonstrations in the dark or poorly lit environments or ambient light controlled environments, because they don't have the capability. So let's begin on showing you what you are really getting. And keep in mind, I'm not using an expensive projector on this. So some of you going out there and you're spending really good money for your projector, but you're really not getting the best of it. And this is an uncalibrated projector. Trust me, it's never been calibrated. Now we got sound this time. Got the sound bar. Now over there on this side over here, if you wonder what's going on, I am actually repainting the wall. I took down the styrofoam screen. We're going to be bringing out, like I said, I'm a part of a company called K&A Home Cinema in a Box, and we are going to bring out a wallpaper kit. I chose a projector that would be perfect for the wallpaper kit. And it's going to be a projector and, like I said, a wallpaper screen that you can coat yourself, and it's going to be a superior package. And this is just open and shut, you know what I mean? Simple and plain. You will never ever get true contrast. Contrast is everything when it comes to a screen. Now we got a screen called Silver Eclipse. It is way darker than that. It's a very dark gray. But these are usually the two colors I see, or two shades of colors I see when it comes to screen paint. And it'll always be done, I guarantee you, with a high-end projector. Always with a high-end projector. Always in either a poorly lit or ambient light controlled environment. That's where that screen will sit. Now keep in mind, this projector I'm using was manufactured in 2008, right? 2008. It has a 500:1 contrast ratio, all right? And it has the ability, the technology we developed has the ability to make this projector of 2008 look this good. Now, if we can do this to a projector of 2008, what do you think this would look like on a projector of 2015, 2017, 2018? Even 2019. Just think about it. And when you think about it, for those of you who've been saying, well, guess what? You know, the performance is different with the lights out. Are you kidding me? You got to be kidding me. You cannot use it as a statement. Are you kidding me? Do you know if a screen can produce an image in a fully lit environment, how much more easier it would be to actually demonstrate what it can, the performance rate of what that screen can do with the lights out? Lights out is not a hard demonstration. It's a very easy demonstration. Lights out started when you had when white projection screens were all the rage. On every last projection screens were all white. Yes, you had to be in a dark environment. That's the only way that screen was going to pull up. There was no such thing as an ambient light projection screen. It was unheard of that a projector, if you used a projector, that you would be in a fully lit environment. It was unheard of. But if a screen a screen paint can maintain an image in a fully lit environment, and not only maintain an image in a fully lit environment, but use a projector that is actually extremely outdated and still looks fantastic, then that's a good product. I guarantee you, you go to a DM, not to put any of these companies down, they're all fantastic companies, but you go to DMP, Supernova, Black Diamond, any one of these high-end professional companies that are using projectors, and I guarantee you, bar none, that none of those projectors will be an NEC NP400. I guarantee you. None of them will be 720p. I think I heard once somebody say that, well, of course his screens look amazing. He's using 4,000 lumen projectors. People don't understand that when we test these screens out, we use very low entry-level projectors. We use 200 lumen projectors. That's why this projector was purchased. This projector was purchased for testing. So we test these screens on a lot of low entry-level projectors, and later on, once they pass those tests, then we start showing off the screen's amazing capability by using it on high-end projectors. And someone will come in and say, hey, look, they're only using 42s, and I got to pull up an NEC, an old projector, and say, hey, look, bam, we've done this. We've done this in testing. We know what the screen can do. Never judge our technology, please. You don't know the kind of testing our screens have been through. Look at this. Like I said, contrast is everything. I think I started this one already. Let's go back to the beginning. If there is any difference in some of the screen paint, and I'm not to put anybody down, but if there's any difference in any of the screen paint I've seen out there, it would be able to do this with no problem. They would be able to take a crappy low entry level projector like I have right here, and they would be able to do this with no problem whatsoever. Majority of the stuff out there is just everyday house paint. That's all it is. A little black and some with little bare silver screen, some with some white, some with some black in it. Some people showed you exactly how it was done. That's pretty much all it is. And all they do is they stick it in a dark environment or a poorly lit ambient lit environment, hit it with a high-end projector, and voila. And I've taken this same demonstration you're seeing here, I've taken this outside on a 4200 lumen projector, and still the screen will fail. See how deep the blues show up on the black? Then some people say, well, if I go down that route, I'm going to lose brighter colors. You're going to get brighter colors because a screen of this caliber can produce brighter colors. Well, guess what? Our technology produces high white levels. Not only high white levels, but contrast. This is why these screens are fading, because they have poor contrast. On top of that, our screens have something called ambient light rejection technology. It allows the screen to be able to produce images in a fully lit environment without the screen washing out or fading. That's why this screen right here can be sitting outside at 4 o'clock in the afternoon and pull up an image. And I will post that at the bottom of the comment section. Those of you who are curious to see that demonstration of me around, I think it was around 4 o'clock in the afternoon, outside, more ambient light than this, and doing a demonstration showing off the screen outside with these two forms of cheap screen paint right next to them. Because usually when you see people do demonstrations like this, I'm going to be fair, when you're doing demonstrations like this, they'll do dark contrast. Of course, a dark contrast screen is going to produce better picture quality. These screens are going to completely fade out because black is going to produce higher when it comes to a lighter screen. A black screen versus a white screen or a gray screen or somewhat dark gray screen, yeah, it's going to produce higher contrast levels. That's why I'm using bright colors. And you see that? That's faded. That's washed out. It's supposed to look like this, not that. And this is on an uncalibrated 720p projector. Now that's the lighter screen right there, as in the bare silver screen. This is bare silver screen mixed with black. And I've done demonstrations with the lights out, showing you, look, even with the lights out, your contrast is coming up gray. Now, for those of you who are going to say, well, look, your projector is 2600 lumens, use one of the big boys over there. Guess what? Check at the bottom of the comments section. I have demonstrations on the 4200 lumen projector hitting this screen. And guess what? Washed out. The only thing you can see is our technology right there at 4200 lumens. The image will show up a little brighter, but it's not matching our technology. Okay, if I didn't say this already before my time runs out, here I'm Kenneth Bird from Luminous 4K Screen Paint using ambient light rejection, technology gain times 2, 3, and 5. I hope you enjoyed the demonstration. I'd like to thank you all for your time, and God bless. I think I'm going to add this one video in here right here just to show you insult to injury when it comes to these cheap screen paints. Look at this. So I'm going to pause this for a minute. I want you to take the time, when you have the time, show you that model number. Look up this projector, look at the specifications on it. It's an NEC, for those you want to see. Show you the back of it. This is how old this thing is. We don't have to use 4K, and I don't have to use 1080p if I don't want to. Show you the distance where my projector sits. Alright, we'll pause it right there. There we are. Show you those labels real quick. Now this is a Superior right here. If you want to know what it looks like, this is our Superior. Yeah, I think I do have my light on. I forgot my light was on. This is my Superior ambient light rejection screen paint. So you can see it right there on what it looks like when you go on the website to place your pre-order. Yes, we are still taking pre-orders until March the 1st. After March the 1st, no more pre-orders. Alright, so let's see if we can get one more to go. If we can, if we can, if we can, if we can't, then we won't. That's that old projector right there, 2008. You don't have to have a meter reader real quick to show you how much light your screen's being hit with. If it's not going to give you a good picture, it's just not going to give you a good picture. That's all to it. Now see, when I get right up on top of this screen, it shouldn't fade. See how it fades right here? It shouldn't fade. It should be nice and bright. Alright, gotta go. Thank you all for your time, and God bless.